1, 2, 3, go. What's up, guys? I am Legend, your favorite traveling musician here on YouTube, and today I'm back with another Justin Timberlake instrumental. This is Wave from Man of the Woods, going to show you the instrumental breakdown and how I made it in about 2.5 hours. Let's go! Alright guys, so before we get started, you already know the drill. Scroll down and hit that like button as many times as you possibly can to help this video get in front of a lot more people. Also, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you'll be notified every time I upload a brand new video. It's March Madness! I'm uploading a video every day of the month. Let's get it. Alright, so as you guys know, pretty much all of Justin Timberlake's Man of the Woods instrumentals are fairly simple, fairly easy. So this song is basically a guitar, a bass, and some 808 drums with like slight percussions throughout. So I found a guitar in Contact called Nylon Guitar, and I also found another sound called Hi-Fi Guitar to kind of accent on top of that guitar, so that it has a truer sound to what's in the original instrumental. So the Nylon Guitar's chords, it goes a little something like this, and it's basically that guitar is hitting on the and beat. So not the downbeat, not the 1, 2, 3, but it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's something a little bit different that I know comes with like music theory and people who want to learn how to produce and stuff like that. You guys, if you want to get to know this type of stuff more, I highly suggest you like search some YouTube videos and maybe some Udemy courses on how to count your beats and where to, you know, stuff like that. It's real technical. I'm not going to get into that. And then I supplemented with this hi-fi guitar that kind of gives it more of an so instead of by itself sounding like this, it actually sounds like this. And I don't know if you can really tell the difference on this microphone because, you know, it's not like a professional microphone, but it does give it more dynamics to the guitar. The thing about these really simple tracks and these simple songs is like the very smallest details will contribute the most to the overall sound. You really want to pay attention. You really want to pay attention to that. So I was trying to figure out why this song, because I produced it originally with just the nylon guitar, and I was trying to figure out why does it sound so empty, and it's because it didn't have like an echo effect, a reverb, and like more. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just something that my ear hears. But anyway, so the next part that I had to come up with is the strumming that's in between those little like and interjections of the guitar that I just played. But the thing is, I always use Session Strummer for my strumming sounds for all these instrumentals that I've done. But in this particular scenario, I couldn't find any good strumming patterns that matched what was going on in the actual song. So I had to recreate it myself. I'm not so happy with how it turned out, but I think it's close enough. And now it doesn't sound as great as my previous works and as great as an actual acoustic guitar would sound, but it gets the job done. You know, like I said before, you make the best out of the tools that you have, the sounds that you have. So that's what I did in this case. Let's go to an island. So, you know, it's kind of close. So okay, then that's basically the guitar throughout the entire song. I looped that, and then I went on to the next part. So the bass. The bass is the next driving force of this song. So I basically found a funk bass. It's called funk bass. Also in Contact. I edited the sound so that it's not so twangy and, you know, it's more like a bass. You put that on top of the actual guitars as well. You get something like this. Bass and guitar, it's really that simple. You come to the drums, the 808 drums, which is like every other song on this album. I stacked 2 different snares to achieve the sound that the snare this one has, because I didn't have the particular type of snare that they have on file. So I stacked these 2 snares and this one So it's like a lower and a higher, like more poppy snare. Together, that's how they sound. I got a basic kick and then the hi-hat. So play all that stuff together, and the drums by itself sounds like this. Then you stack that with the bass and the guitar itself, and that all together sounds like this. So basically, this is where we're getting to the full completed song. It's kind of coming to form. And that's basically how the verses go, actually. There's this one part where this like slight minute detail in the background. It's like a really high 808 bongo sound or something like that. Something like that. I can't explain it. If you listen to it, you'll hear it. But so I basically played that in here with it's called Bongo FM7. All this stuff is in Native Instruments / Complete and all that stuff. So put that with the drums. Like I said, very small details that you pay attention to that add to the overall congruency and collectiveness of the song, if that makes sense. And then there is a synth that goes on top at certain parts of the song, like the chorus and the lean or the pre-chorus, whatever you want to call it. It just gives variation to the song, and it's not super repetitive. It kind of gets your brain clicking, okay, this is a new part. I found this synth in FM8 called AirPad. I added a reverb and a chorus effect to it, but I turned the mix down on the chorus because I didn't want it to sound too chorusy. So it sounds like... Put that on top of everything else, and that sounds like this. That is pretty much the entire song until you get to the bridge, and the bridge is where it changes. So it goes back into that intro that came in earlier. The guitar part changes, and here is where like a lot more fullness comes to the guitars, and more of that airy AirPad synth comes in. So once that comes in, the guitar, the synth, and everything does the exact same chord progressions. The drums stay the same. Percussion is also in there, that little clicking noise. So I use my second favorite bass aside from feedback bass. This is called Fallen Sign 1. I turn the click up so that it has more of a presence when it hits. It's like a boo, boo, instead of just a woo, woo. And so basically when that comes in, that sounds like this by itself. And you put that with everything else, you get that bottom tone, you get the high chorusy sound and the 2 octaves of the guitar and the pads, and then you get the full sound of the bridge that leads into the final chorus, climax of the song, if you will. And like a little outro, and that is pretty much the entire song of Wave. It's very simple, like I said, very repetitive. Like I said, it's a guitar, it's a good bass. It's a nice little accent synth, a lower bass, and some drums. And so that is it, folks. That is how I made Justin Timberlake's Wave from Man of the Woods in about 2.5 hours. As always, if you want to download this instrumental, there will be a link in the description to my website for the MP3. Also, if you do want the exported stem files for the individually exported instruments, there will be an option on my website to purchase that as well. However, if you want to get all of my previous instrumentals, this instrumental, and all future instrumentals that I post on this channel, what you can do is you can join my Patreon account, become a patron, and basically join a certain level. You will get access to all of my instrumentals that I've ever released. It'll be MP3s, WAV files, stems, and all that, but it's only at a specific perk level. So if you guys are interested in that, please do so. It really does help my channel. I don't want people to think that I'm just begging for money and all that stuff. This is literally what I do for a living, so that is the reason I sell this stuff. Again, I do appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate your support and all that stuff. I'm going to keep doing this, but I just want to let you know that if you want to support my channel, and if you want to get, like, you know, free instrumentals and all that stuff every single month instead of buying them all over time, then you can become my patron on Patreon. That's enough talk. I tried to record this part like 60,000 times. But I thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Thank you and be legendary. Let's go.